Manish to explain the Grexes, because before we go ahead and talk about the exclusive announcements and the thing we are bringing in this market, we really wanted to set the scene that it's about the successful people, the mentors, the environment, the support, the whole ecosystem should be very positive to make any startup successful, and that being our first motive, and that's why Spark 10 has started. So there are pieces of mentors, there are pieces where the support is needed, and there's a very important piece where investors are needed. Now, it is actually, it shows our dedication and a very clear vision that we first identified these pieces, and that needs to be fixed, and the startups need to actually get the real value out of it. When John talks about a very good network which we have built from mentors, and there are very kind people around there who have actually been very successful, and they are actually have extending their help to all the Indian entrepreneurs here. On the other hand, then Manish is actually building very revolutionary technology which can connect these startups with the investors to kind of try to solve the second part of the puzzle. What Spark 10 is doing is very committed towards making those startups reaching to a standard which is actually called the world-class startup, and we are doing whatever possible for that. So John is actually sitting here. That is a big example. Manish is sitting here. That's a big example. What we are trying to do, and we are very committed. So now the reason I was asking is there is a third piece which is about visibility. Now you may have many startups, many products, many companies which are being created, but believe me, doesn't matter how fantastic the product is, as long as it's not going out in the hand of the users, and people are not using it, it's not going to make any mark. And that visibility was one of the biggest problem. Now we have actually tried to solve that problem in a very big initiative. So Spark 10 is actually announcing world's first real-time web-based television show, which is going to capture the whole accelerator process. Now, by doing that, from day one, the chosen startups will be actually visible out there. We will show how the startup is being built and being successful. And by doing that, we will be also initiating a big social change that a lot of people who are sitting at home thinking, I will start something one day, but they don't know how to kick it off. And we are trying to set that big example in front of them. So collectively, we are actually initiating this big social change, which will actually in line with what Startup India is. And then the big piece of that actually comes when somebody like Grex comes forward and announce an exclusive deal with Spark 10, then any company which is coming on Spark 10 as a selected company will be by default qualifying to be listed on Grex platform. So by default, this accelerator program would actually invest 20 lakh worth of money and benefits. So 10 lakh is cash and 10 lakh is the benefit and perks. And that is actually including them being there for 13 weeks for the boot camp kind of a mentorship which we are actually arranging. If somebody is coming up with the magic formula, then probably we would be the most happy person in the world. But that is not the case. But based on our experience, what is needed is the mentorship, the support, a little bit of cash in the beginning, and whatever else is needed, we are trying to provide that. But if you will actually ask the magic formula, nobody can answer that thing. See, once you are part of Spark 10, you are actually the part of the Spark 10. It's not just about 13 weeks. So even after 3 years, you come back to us saying, we need some help. We are there to help them. The way it works is in every batch, we will select 10 companies, and one company may have 2 to 3 founders. And we will run such batch twice in a year in one city. So Hyderabad is going to have 20 startups in 1 year. So that's how it works. It's challenging to exactly say what it's gonna be because it is yet to be launched. But reality show is about capturing the whole process and putting in front of the world. So we are not going to just record and show the things, but in process of building a successful company, there are many milestones and there are many ups and downs happen. You will see people coming out of the boardroom cheering up, saying we have closed the venture round. But at the same time, you will see that their big demo has not resulted in anything. So there are a lot of things goes up and down, and entrepreneurial journey is not always about good things. It involves a lot of things. But on the top of everything, what we are trying to do is we are trying to put this story in front of world. So, for example, if two graduates coming out of an engineering college hostel, if they have this entrepreneurial spirit, if they are coming to Spark 10, they may end up making an investable business in 13 weeks. So if I can correlate that with our very known Slumdog Millionaire movie, that is what actually the kind of story is gonna be, and that's what we are hoping for. We want to give as many successful startups as possible, and we want to put those stories in front of Indian society to make them as an example, so that more and more people come and start to create jobs rather than looking for the jobs. This Spark10.tv is, if you are talking about the branding, so Spark10 and Spark10.tv, we don't need to put anything on the top of it once we are saying it's Spark10.tv. But the big idea is not about just the branding. The idea is also about how people will know what actually happens inside on those 13 weeks. We'll make sure that this kind of investment is coming up, and is coming from all sort of people who are interested in investment. So be it HNIs or VCs.